An easy way to find your true love. Let's talk about something that lies at the very core of the human experience, our deep, inherent longing for true love. Perhaps you're navigating the world of dating apps and fleeting connections, wondering if a soul-deep, lasting partnership is even a reality. Wherever you are on your journey, I want you to hear this. True love is not out of your reach. Let's talk about something that lies at the very core of the human experience, our deep, inherent longing for true love. Perhaps you're navigating the world of dating apps and fleeting connections, wondering if a soul-deep, lasting partnership is even a reality in our modern world. Maybe you're in a relationship that looks good on paper but feels hollow in your soul. You're together, but a profound sense of connection is missing. Or perhaps you've been hurt, and the very idea of trusting again feels like a risk too great to take. Wherever you are on your journey, I want you to hear this. True love is not a mythical creature, a prize for the uniquely beautiful, or lucky, or a destination you may never reach. It is not out of your reach. In fact, the most direct path to discovering it is far simpler and more accessible than our culture of frantic searching would have you believe. It's a path of homecoming, not hunting. Today we're going to explore that one easy but profoundly powerful way to discover not just love for the moment, but a love that endures, nurtures, and feels like coming home. So take a deep breath. Let's quiet the noise of the outside world and dive in. We live in an age of unprecedented connection, yet we are experiencing an epidemic of loneliness. We are busier than ever, chasing milestones, the perfect career, the ideal body, the impressive salary, the curated social media presence. We are taught to achieve, acquire, and optimize. From the outside, many lives look like masterpieces of success. I recall a conversation with a friend who embodied this perfectly. He had a prestigious job, a beautiful apartment in the city, and a passport filled with stamps from exotic destinations. His life was a checklist of modern achievement. But one evening, over a quiet dinner, the facade cracked. He looked at me, and with a vulnerability I'd never seen in him before, said, "You know what? None of this matters if I don't have someone to share it with. I come home to silence. I achieve things, and there's no one who truly cares. It all feels empty." His confession is a universal truth echoing in the hearts of millions. Underneath the drive for external validation lies our most primal need: to be known, to be seen, to be valued for who we are at our core, and to share our journey with a fellow traveler. But here is the tragic trap we fall into. We often approach our search for love with the same goal-oriented, impatient energy we apply to everything else. We treat finding a partner like securing a promotion, something to be strategized, hustled for, and acquired. We swipe through profiles judging people in milliseconds based on a curated photo and a witty bio. We go on dates with a checklist in mind. Height, income, hobbies, good on paper metrics. We chase the spark, the intoxicating rush of dopamine and novelty that comes with a new attraction. And while that spark is delicious, it is not the foundation of a home. It is the match that lights the fire, but it cannot keep it burning. A relationship built solely on the thrill of the chase, the high of attention, or the fear of being alone is like building a house on sand. It feels exciting at first, but the first storm will reveal its instability. We are left bewildered, asking, why does this keep happening to me? Why can't I find real lasting love? The answer is not that you are unlovable or that all the good ones are taken. The answer is that you have been searching in the wrong direction. So, what is this easy way that is so frequently overlooked? It is this. Finding true love starts not with frantic searching, but with a deliberate and compassionate journey back to yourself. I can feel the eye roll from here. Love yourself first. It's the oldest cliché in the self-help book. It sounds nice, but what does it actually mean? It feels vague and frankly a little disappointing when you're longing for a partner's arms around you, but stay with me. This is not a cliché. It is a fundamental law of emotional physics. The relationship you have with yourself sets the template for every other relationship in your life. It is the blueprint. You teach people how to love you by how you love yourself. Think of it this way. Your sense of self is the energy you radiate out into the world, an energy that others subconsciously tune into. If you walk through life feeling unworthy, desperate for validation, or apologetic for your existence, you emit a frequency of neediness. People, especially potential partners, subconsciously pick up on this. They learn that your validation comes from them, and this can either push them away or attract those who seek to control or take advantage. Now, Imagine walking through that same world with a deep, quiet knowing of your own inherent worth. You aren't arrogant or boastful, you are simply grounded. You know your values, you honor your boundaries, and you enjoy your own company. This energy is not needy, it is whole, it is magnetic. It doesn't beg for attention, it attracts respect. It draws people who are themselves whole, who are attracted to your peace and authenticity, not your potential to fill their voids. This is the easy way to stop looking for someone to complete you and to start becoming the complete person you seek to attract. The goal is not to find a missing piece but to become a whole puzzle, ready to connect with another whole puzzle to create a beautiful, larger picture. To make this real, let me share a part of my own story. For years, my search for love was rooted in a deep, unacknowledged neediness. I didn't see it that way, of course. I thought I was just a hopeful romantic, but my sense of self-worth was inextricably tied to whether someone liked me. If a date went well or someone I admired showed interest, my entire world lit up. I felt valuable, interesting, and worthy. But if I was rejected, ghosted, or overlooked, my world crumbled. I would spiral into self-doubt, analyzing every word and gesture, convinced I was fundamentally flawed. My emotional state was a roller coaster controlled by the actions and opinions of others. This neediness wears many disguises. Sometimes it looks like desperation, constantly texting, needing reassurance, changing yourself to fit what you think they want. Other times it manifests as overachieving, chasing money, status, or a perfect body not for yourself, but as a form of armor you hope will make you lovable. As the saying goes, we often hustle for the worthiness we already possess. The turning point came when a relationship built on this shaky foundation inevitably ended. In the painful silence that followed, I was forced to ask myself a terrifying question. Who am I when no one is looking? Who am I when I am not being validated by another person's attention? It was a profoundly uncomfortable but necessary reckoning. I had to learn to sit with myself, to be my own company, to find hobbies and passions that lit me up without an audience. I had to learn to validate myself, to celebrate my own small wins, and to comfort myself in moments of sadness. I had to become my own best friend. This is the crucial work. Love built on a foundation of fear of being alone, fear of not being enough, will always be fragile. It becomes a transaction. I will give you this if you give me that validation. But love, built on a foundation of two whole, authentic individuals, is a choice. It is a gift offered from a place of abundance, not need. It is stable, secure, and deeply freeing. When you begin this inner work, your entire understanding of love transforms. You stop being seduced by the superficial and begin to recognize the markers of something real and sustainable. So what does authentic, true love look and feel like when it emerges from this place of wholeness? It feels like safety. This is the cornerstone. It is the feeling of being able to exhale fully. You are not walking on eggshells, afraid to say the wrong thing. You can share your deepest fears, your wildest dreams, and your most embarrassing failures without the fear of judgment or ridicule. Your partner is your sanctuary, a soft place to land in a hard world. It is actively supportive. True love isn't just a feeling, it's a verb. It shows up. It's a partnership where both people are invested in each other's growth and happiness. They don't just cheer for you from the sidelines during your victories, they are in the trenches with you during your struggles. They are your unwavering advocate and your most honest believer. It is built on a shared vision. While initial attraction might be sparked by shared tastes in music or a similar sense of humor, lasting love is fueled by shared values and a compatible vision for life. Do you both value honesty, family, adventure, or growth? Do your visions for the future align, not on every minute detail but on the big, important pillars? This shared compass is what guides you through life's inevitable changes and challenges. It is consistent and secure. You are not left guessing. You don't have to decode mixed signals or play games. Their words match their actions. This consistency builds trust, the bedrock of intimacy. You feel secure in the relationship, not because you're clinging to it, but because its strength is evident and reliable. When you are grounded in your own worth, you become a master discernment. You stop confusing intense, dramatic chemistry for compatibility. You stop mistaking love bombing for genuine affection. You become able to see the difference between someone who is merely fascinated by the idea of you and someone who is truly committed to the reality of you. This is a paradox that many couples, especially new ones, struggle with. True intimacy requires space to breathe. Think of a beautiful piece of music. Its power lies not only in the notes themselves but in the pauses between the notes, the rests. These moments of silence give the music rhythm, tension, and beauty. Without them, it would just be noise. A healthy relationship is the same. The early stages often involve a desire for constant closeness, which is natural and beautiful. But over time, enmeshment, the loss of individual identity into the we, can dull desire and create resentment. The very things that made you interesting to each other can get lost if you aren't careful. Creating space means consciously maintaining your own identity outside of the relationship. It means continuing to nurture your own friendships and hobbies, giving each other time to miss one another, having your own goals and pursuits that you are passionate about, understanding that you are two whole individuals choosing to walk together, not two halves merging into one blurred entity. This space is not a lack of love, it is a profound expression of it. It says, I love you so much that I want you to continue to grow and thrive as your own person. It prevents codependency and keeps the dynamic fresh and interesting. You have new experiences to bring back to each other, new stories to tell. You continue to be a mystery and a discovery to your partner. Love doesn't just grow in togetherness, it flourishes in the fertile ground of mutual respect for individuality. This all might sound great in theory, but how do you actually do it? How do you start today? Here are 3 practical, actionable steps to begin shifting from a mindset of searching to a practice of becoming. 1. Get radically honest with yourself. Set aside time for quiet reflection. Ask yourself these crucial questions and journal the answers with brutal honesty. Am I currently chasing a relationship or someone's attention out of loneliness or fear of being alone? What are my core values, for example, honesty, kindness, ambition, freedom? Does this person I'm interested in respect and share these values? Do I feel the need to hide or minimize parts of myself to be liked by this person? This practice builds self-awareness, the first step toward change. 2. Invest unapologetically in your own passions. What makes you feel fully alive? What activity causes you to lose all track of time? It could be painting, hiking, coding, volunteering, dancing, learning a language, anything. Schedule time for this passion as if it were an important meeting. When you are engaged in activities that light you up, you are in a state of flow and confidence. This is incredibly attractive. Love has a funny way of finding us not when we're desperately looking for it, but when we are passionately living our lives. 3. Set and enforce boundaries rooted in self-worth. A boundary is not a wall, it is a filter. It is a clear communication of what is and is not acceptable treatment. Decide what you will and will not tolerate. This could be, I will not tolerate being spoken to with disrespect. I require consistent and clear communication. I need a partner who is emotionally available. Then have the courage to uphold it. If someone cannot meet your basic standards of respect and care, they are telling you they are not your person. Let them go. This is not rejection, it is selection. You are making space for the right person by courageously saying no to the wrong ones. So let's bring it all together. The easy way to find true love is to fundamentally shift your focus from external searching to internal building. It is to understand that the most important relationship you will ever have is the one you have with yourself. That relationship is the foundation upon which all others are built. When you befriend yourself, when you learn to validate yourself, and when you build a life you genuinely love living, you cease to be a hungry seeker and become a whole, magnetic being. You stop trying to fill a void with another person and instead become so full of life that you have love to share generously and freely. This is the energy that draws a healthy, secure, and loving partner to you. You will recognize them not because they complete you, but because they complement you. They will reflect the love and respect you already hold for yourself. True love in the end is not about finding someone to live with. It is about finding the person you cannot imagine living without, not because you need them to survive, but because your shared journey is so much richer, more beautiful, and more meaningful than your solitary path could ever be. It is a love that sees you, knows you, and chooses you every single day. And you, in your beautiful, imperfect, and worthy humanity, are absolutely deserving of nothing less. Thank you for allowing me to share this time and space with you. If this message resonated with you, please pass it on to a friend who might need to hear it today. And if you'd like to continue this journey of building a life and love you adore, consider subscribing for more conversations just like this one. Until next time, be gentle with yourself. Live your life with passion, and never ever forget, you are worthy of a true and magnificent love.